Reporter. A very good morning to you again, Mariska. What is the latest situation on the fires in that region?
Good morning to you. We are coming to you now from a suburb called Belvedere. Now, this suburb is on a hilltop and it overlooks Knysna. I'm going to step away so that you can maybe just see what it looks like. Over there, we see the town of Knysna. It's nestled between the lagoon and the mountains, and of course, then the beautiful Knysna lagoon. But mostly you see smoke this morning. There are still a few active fires, but we spoke to Fire Chief this morning, Reinhard Geldenhuys, who's telling us that they have 500 men and women that will actively fight those fires this morning. And they say they are cautiously optimistic that they will finally put it out today. Of course, anything can happen. Right now, conditions are optimal to fight those fires. It's cool. It did rain a bit last night. There's little to no wind. So as Geldenhuys told us, they are cautiously optimistic and they will work very, very, very hard today to ensure that that fire is completely out. And of course, along with this terrible fire where 6 lives have been lost, is also the great destruction. As you mentioned, over 400 structures, including people's homes, have been destroyed. And to the other side, I'm also going to step away again. You will see the ruins of what was a magnificent house. And we were told about 3-4 minutes ago by local residents that came past that some of the buildings that were destroyed were historic, some of them dating back to the 1800s, and that of course is now lost. It's very difficult at this stage to estimate exactly what the costs are of this great fire, and that will only be determined, finally be determined, once the fire is completely extinguished. Fire Chief Geldenhuys telling us that mop-up will take days and it could even take weeks, depending on how long it takes to extinguish the fire. As you saw now, still smoke, and if the wind picks up again, it could flare up again. So right now, cautiously optimistic that the fire is largely contained, and they are giving us their assurance that they will do their utmost to ensure that we will not be reporting about active fires later today.
Now, Mariska, the situation is very unfortunate, as we've seen in the visuals which just shown us. So have the weather conditions improved to help firefighters combat the fires?
Well, definitely. When we arrived here a few days ago, the wind was gushing. It was absolutely gale force winds that ripped through here. And that, of course, caused these flames to just run out of control. At some stage yesterday, the smoke was so thick that it created its own cloud. It looked like a volcano erupted. That's how bad it was at one stage. And of course, there's very little. It doesn't matter how much manpower you have on the ground. It doesn't matter how many fire engines you have out there and how many people are fighting this thing. If the wind is against you, there's nothing you can do. And the only thing firefighters can then do is to try and firstly and foremost protect lives and protect property as far as they can. But definitely today things look very, very different. It's very cool this morning. I'm wearing 2 jackets, and that's a very, very good sign. Last night there was a bit of rain when I was outside. Once or twice there was a few showers. So that's definitely optimal conditions to fight a fire.
All right, Mariska, thank you so much for your update. That was Mariska Botha speaking to us live from Belvedere in Knysna.